So welcome all of you for the 7th session in this Nava-Vidha Bhakti series. And today we are talking about Dasyam. Dasyam means rendering service. The moment we think about seva, service, the first person that we all remember is Hanumanji, Bhakta Hanuman. Correct, no? In our poster also we had Hanumanji. So, why he is called an emblem of service? Selflessly he served Lord Rama without any expectation in return. Okay, then?
He always chanted the names of Lord Rama, and then he constructed the bridge.
He sees Rama in everything, cross the limit which we think is our capability, beyond our capability.
Generally, we think, I will serve. I'm a fan of somebody. Whenever that, let's say I'm a fan of some movie star. First day, first show, that movie, that hero, I will go and watch. Or I will keep his photo in my DP on my social media everywhere. Or I will keep his song as my ringtone. Or what else? People go to pour Abhishek, they put milk on that hero's poster and all that. But more than that, that much only I can do. That I'm a fan means that much only. But putting my own life in risk, going to any extreme situation, facing any difficulty for the sake of serving my master, that you will see in Hanumanji. Correct, no? That is called Dasyam, servitude. So Hanumanji said, my life is actually meant for serving Rama. There is no other purpose of my existence. Whatever Lord Rama wants, to execute that, only I exist. So this is how Hanumanji served the Lord. And in return, did he expect something? Maybe after, we go to Ayodhya after the war, Rama will give me some ministership. He will be giving me some big position. Was he expecting like that? No. In fact, when Lord Rama wanted to give liberation to Hanumanji said, I don't want this kind of liberation. I just want to be engaged in your seva. That liberation which is devoid of your seva, I don't want. This is what Hanumanji said. And we all know that famous incident. After Lord Rama was coronated, on the day of coronation, Pattabhisheka in Ayodhya, Mother Sita was very happy. She gifted one pearl necklace to Hanumanji. So much selflessly you have done service to me. So I am giving you this as a gift. Please take. Then what did Hanumanji do? He started biting each pearl. And then everybody started asking, what are you doing? He said, I am searching for Sita Rama in this. So any pearl where there is no Sita Rama, it is useless for me. So he was biting and throwing one by one. Then somebody told him, does it mean in your heart Sita Rama is there? And he said, undoubtedly, my heart Sita Rama is there. So he tore open his chest and he showed Sita Rama within his heart. Rama, what is that from Tulasi? That Hanuman Chalisa. Rama, Lakhan Sita Sahita, Hridaya Basahu Surabhupa. So Hridaya Basahu means always Lord Rama is within his heart. And his name is always on his tongue. And his mind is always thinking about what is the next seva. What is the next seva I should do? So therefore, it is said, Rama Seva Dhurandhara. That is one of the names of Hanumanji. He's always thinking, what is the next seva, next seva. There is one more incident. Now these are all not there in the original Valmiki Ramayana, but these are all present in, these are folklores of different places. So it is said that every day Hanumanji would observe that Mother Sita is decorating her forehead. This is called Simanta in Sanskrit. Mang bharna we say, right, in Hindi. So she was putting that, what is it called? Vermilion.
Women who have kids only will do that.
Women will do. Married women will do, not unmarried women.
Women who have kids only will do.
No. Married women will do that. So that is. So she was decorating every day. So he went and asked, why are you putting this? He said, this I am putting for the long life of my husband. By putting this sindur, my husband Rama will be, leading a healthy life, long duration of life. He will be always happy. This is why we put. So what did he do immediately? Why only one bit you are putting? Whole body I will put that only, sindur. So he started smearing his whole body with sindur. That is why you see in many Hanuman temples, if you see, the whole deity of Hanuman will be smeared with sindur. Correct? So he said, why only one bit? Whole body. My existence is meant for giving pleasure to Rama. If my body in this way can be used for some good service for Ramachandra, my life is successful. This is the thinking of Hanumanji. So Dasya means it is not simply lip service saying Jai Shri Ram. You have to also act for the pleasure of Shri Ram. So in Hanumanji you will see both. He is the great Vedantist because he takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of Rama constantly. At the same time, he is also on his toes to do any service possible for Lord Rama. Isn't it? Nowadays, people are more slogan oriented. They all say Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. It has become a political slogan. But what it actually means, Jai Shri Ram means what? Oh, Lord Rama, his character. How was he? He has showed us how to lead his life. So we have to follow his footsteps. We have to tell more, we have to practice how Lord Ramachandra led his life. Spiritual principles we have to practice, and then we should also share this with others. Achar and then prachar, both we should do. This is Rama. It is not that once in a while you just say Jai Shri Ram and say, keep quiet. No. So from Hanuman's life we see that. Another incident, when Hanumanji went to Lanka on the order of Lord Rama to search for Mother Sita. So after seeing Mother Sita and all that was over, what did Hanumanji do? He started destroying the garden of Ravana. Ravana became very angry. His soldiers, Ravana's son Akshay Kumar was killed by Hanuman when he came to stop him. Then another son, Meghanad. He is also called Indrajit because he had won over Indra, very powerful. So he came to fight. He also saw Hanuman is very powerful. So he used his pasha, Naga pasha, and bound this Hanuman and brought him in front of Ravana. And he did not get any seat to sit. He was not given any seat. So this is a very famous painting and a very famous sculpture also in many temples you will find. What did Hanuman do?
Sat on his tail.
He made tail asana. And he sat on the top of it and he said, see, I am sitting above you because I am a servant of Lord Rama. And then Ravana became very angry. He ordered his soldiers to set his tail on fire. And what did Hanuman do? He used this as an opportunity. Selectively he saw all the places of Lanka where some weapons were stored, and some selective places except the palace of Vibhishana, because Vibhishana was a devotee. Except his palace, he burnt the entire Lanka. So, Srila Prabhupada says, Hanumanji is an example of how to use anger in the service of the Lord. You know, when somebody sets tail is supposed to be a very prominent organ of a monkey, of an ape. You know, anybody will be, so if you just go to a monkey and, you just pull the tail, it will become very angry. It will show its teeth to you, become very angry. Hanumanji, that anger he used in service of the Lord by destroying, by burning down Lanka. So this is the mood of a devotee, always trying to serve the Lord in all possible ways. So today we will see some aspects of Dasya Bhakti. What is the meaning of rendering service? What it means to render service to Krishna and to be a servant of Krishna. How to practice Dasya in our daily life. We will see some things based on the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. What is the definition of Dasya? Thinking oneself to be Nitya Krishna Dasa, everlastingly a servant of Krishna, is called Dasyam. So, we have to be conscious that I am servant of Krishna, eternally servant of Krishna. See, in this material world, we all have a very bad experience of being a servant of somebody. That is why the moment we say you have to be a servant of God, the first thought that comes to our mind is, oh, servant, I have to serve. Tell me some way where I can become master. We want to become boss of the boss of the boss of the boss, super boss we want to become. But the scriptures say that we have to become dasa, dasa, dasanu, dasa. We have to become servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. That is the perfection. But we want to become boss on a boss, 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 many boss we want to become. So, this is called lording over tendency. We have become stuck in the cycle of birth and death because of two reasons. The first reason is our desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. That is our first reason. Why we are stuck in this material world, why we are going through miseries life after life. It's because we have so many desires to enjoy this way, that way. How can I enjoy independent of God's plan? I want to make my own plan and I want to enjoy. This is our first reason. The second reason is we have a tendency, we have developed a tendency to lord over others. So in today's world, a person is said to be successful based on how many people he has put him under his control. Just like in any organization, you see a person grows. Oh, he's becoming from team lead, he's becoming project lead, he's become manager, he's becoming that. That means more number of people he is, commanding. Then he is said to be successful. In fact, if you don't get promotion, people will say, how many years you will be doing the same old this thing. So this lording over, we want to be the Lord. Not only of people, but also resources. You find anything, you want to claim proprietorship over that and say, see, this is mine, this is my achievement, by my hard work I have got it. We want to take credits. This is lording over. So because of these two reasons, we will be stuck here in the material world, cycle of birth and death. Desire to enjoy independent of God's plan and desire to lord over others. Now Dasya Bhakti is just the opposite. The cure for this, repetition of birth and death is Dasya. Accepting that I am not the Lord. Krishna is the Lord. I am his servant. I have to consciously think, train my mind body system to serve Krishna and his plans. And since Krishna is the master, I don't have to lord over anybody. My desires have to be transformed according to the plan of the Lord. How do I know what is the plan of the Lord? We have to study Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is very clearly mentioned how to lead your life. I have to tune my desires as per that. That is called Dasyam. I am Nitya Krishna Dasa. Means I am, Nitya means what? Eternal, always. I am always servant of Krishna. This is called Dasyam. Another place in a lecture in Japan, 1972, Srila Prabhupada said, Dasyam means simply work as menial servant of Krishna. Menial servant is very important. What do you mean by menial servant? Menial service means that service for which there is no glamour attached. In service also there will be many different types of service. Some service will bring you to the limelight. Oh, he is such a big devotee. Oh, he speaks so well. Oh, he sings so well. So everybody, you are in the limelight. And we think that this recognition, more and more people recognize me, then I am a bigger devotee. But no. Menial service means what? I have to be interested to serve the Lord without having this desire to come to the limelight. When Yudhishthir Maharaj performed Rajasuya Yajna, Lord Krishna showed everybody what it means to serve. Yudhishthir Maharaj, in that Rajasuya Yajna, Krishna was chosen as the president. He was given the first worship. But after that, what did he do? He actually took a menial service. All the sages who were coming, he would actually go and wash their feet. I want to do this seva. And then all the sages and all the guests had eaten food. The plates, their leaf plates, Krishna was taking and disposing it. This kind of service. He is the president of the assembly. He is the supreme lord. But here, in the house of Yudhishthir Maharaj, in the house of the Pandavas, he has become one naukar. Naukar means servant. Why? He is showing us by his personal example that unless you become the servant of my servants, you cannot actually gain my favor. So this is very, very important. Menial service. So, let us see. Consequence of being situated in servitorship. The sense of eternal servitorship to Krishna makes one immune to all sorts of reactionary elements of work. So the moment we are engaged as a servant of Krishna, the first thing that comes to our mind is, I should do everything for Krishna's pleasure as per Krishna's desire. So immediately you are becoming free from karma bandhana. We have discussed this before also. Karma bandhana means what? Any work that I do with a desire to enjoy the fruits of that work binds me to the reaction of the work. This is called karma bandhana. But the moment if I am doing work for Krishna's pleasure, there is no personal pleasure seeking, then you are free from this chakra of karma, action and reaction. So first benefit of rendering service to Krishna is you become free from this, the chain of action and reaction. Then secondly, development of this knowledge of eternal servitorship to the Lord is compared to fire. Such a fire, once kindled, can burn up all kinds of reactions to work. The same point. Suppose, Prabhupada gives an example for this. Suppose there is a soldier in the army. Once the war is declared, let's say India versus Pakistan war is happening. The Indian soldier, let's say he kills 20 Pakistani soldiers, militants, terrorists. After the war is over, the government will call that soldier and confer upon him Veer Chakra, Paramveer Chakra, knighthood title. Correct? Why? He has done such a big seva to the country. But the same person on his vacation, the soldier is in vacation, he went back to his native place, his house, he takes his banduk and shoots a neighbor because of some quarrel fight. He shoots the neighbor. The same government will put him behind bars. Same. So he can say, that day I killed 20 people, you gave me award. Today only one person I killed. You are putting me in jail. What is this? Work is same, but consequences are different, because in the first case, he worked not for his personal desire, personal enjoyment. He worked for the country. Therefore, country, conferred upon him some award. But now he is working for his own personal thing, and it is against the law of the land. Therefore, he is punished. In the same way, when Arjuna killed so many people on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he did not get any sinful reaction because he did it not for personal enjoyment. If you read the Bhagavad Gita, in fact, he was not interested to fight in the first chapter. But Krishna told, this is my plan, you should fight. So therefore, he attained liberation by fighting for Krishna. So any work that is done, any work, if you do it under the guidance of Krishna's instructions, Krishna's representative, pure devotee, spiritual master, you are free from the karma reaction. But if you do it for your personal enjoyment, you will get bound by karma. So in Dasya Bhakti, what is the mood? Just carry out the orders of the Lord. I am just an executor of Lord's orders. That should be the mood. Then you become free from all reactions to work. Third, to be the servant of the Lord is the greatest position. If one can understand this and can thus revive one's original nature of eternal servitorship of the Lord, one stands fully independent. Actually, as I said, in the material conception, to become somebody's servant is a very low position. But in spiritual understanding, to become servant of the Lord is actually a very big achievement. Because you're not serving an ordinary selfish master. In the material world, everybody is selfish. But when you're serving the Lord is not a selfish master. In fact, our original position is that we are servant of God. Now we have forgotten it. That is the root cause of all our miseries. We have forgotten that we are supposed to serve lovingly the Lord. Right? We have forgotten. And that's why we are in this miserable situation. So we have to revive. Krishna consciousness means what? Reviving our original constitutional position. Krishna consciousness is not something new we are getting trained and trying to learn. No. We are not trying to learn something new. We are only trying to revive what we have forgotten. That is Krishna consciousness. Okay. Jiver Swarupa hoy Krishnera Nitya Dasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what is the Swarupa? What is the original position of every Jiva? We are eternal servants of Krishna. We have forgotten that. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are trying to revive our original position. So that is the greatest position. The greatest achievement in human life is what? If someone can revive his original loving relationship with Krishna, then your life is successful. Each one of us sitting here, we have an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. We have forgotten that. Now we have to revive. Human life is meant for reviving that original relationship with Krishna. If we can do that, then our life is successful. Human life opportunity is successful. Those people who do not put any efforts towards achieving this success of reviving their original loving relationship with Krishna, their life is wasted. It's a wasted opportunity. So should we waste our life? What do you say? Should we waste? If somebody is thinking, goal of my life is to travel all over the world or become a rich man. Somebody says, goal of my life is to taste all intercontinental varieties of cuisine. That's the goal of my life. If I achieve this, I'll become successful. Goal of my life is to become a billionaire. Billionaire. Goal of my life. Right? And he works very hard. And let's say he attains the position of billionaire also. But according to the Bhagavad Gita, he has wasted human life. So somebody may say, oh, that means if you are a spiritual guy, you should not have any material career desires. You don't want to grow. Rich man you should not become. Influential, powerful man you should not become. No, you can become. There is no problem. But you should not forget the primary goal. Primary goal is to become a servant of Krishna. Just like you see Yudhishthir Maharaj. He was a great emperor. He was accepted as the emperor of the whole world 5,000 years ago. But he was servant of the Lord. He said, I am ruling on as a servant of Krishna. His main purpose was not to become emperor of the world. Because he was a devotee and he was such a nice, noble-hearted person, Krishna blessed him to become emperor of the world. So a devotee, if you know that I am servant of Krishna and the goal of life is to engage in service of Krishna, material riches are not an obstacle. Material name and fame, position are not an obstacle. They become obstacle if you don't have the basic understanding that I have to serve the Lord. Like Ravana. Ravana also was living in a luxury, very rich, golden Lanka. But he was not God conscious. So therefore all his richness, his talents, his leadership, his ability, all of that is useless. Despite all that, we still say he is a demon. Why we say he is a demon? Because he did not use all his good qualities for the betterment of others. So this in the modern days in the management they talk about servant leadership. Servant leadership means what? If you are a leader of a certain group of people, you are actually serving them. That should be your mood. Not lording over them, not bossing over them. Nobody likes to report to a boss. We like to take inspiration from a leader. What's the difference between leader and a boss?
Boss does things right, but leader does the right things.
Okay, interesting. Nice. Any other difference between boss and leader?
Boss is working for himself.
Boss is working for himself, and what is the leader doing?
Working for the group.
Yeah. So, boss uses you, whereas a leader inspires you and takes you along. Boss is just using you. I want to achieve, this is the quarterly goal my company has given me target, and all my team members have to slog and make sure that this target is achieved. I don't care about your personal life or what is going, your emotional thing, all that I don't care. Just, he's a taskmaster, that's all.
Otherwise you're fired.
Otherwise you're fired. So they keep hiring and they keep firing also. Use and throw. But leader is not like that. Leader inspires. Leader takes everyone along, inspires, and then gets things done. Okay, so this servant leadership is, especially it's not a new concept. It is already there, but nowadays people are discovering that. At the core of this servant leadership is, if someone can understand that I am servant, eternal servant of Krishna, that will make you a better manager or a better leader in whichever organization you are going to work in the future. Why does one hesitate to render service to the Lord? Krishna is endowed with all opulences, transcendental qualities and mystic powers. No ordinary living being can compare to him. Therefore, the Mayavadi's theory that the super soul and the individual soul are equal is only a misconception. The conclusion is, therefore, that Krishna is worshipable and that all other living entities are simply his servants. This understanding is called self-realization. Any other's realization of one's self beyond the relationship of eternal servitor of Krishna is impelled by Maya. Now, what is the meaning of self-realization? A lot of people talk about it, no? Self-realization. Self-actualization, they also say. What is the meaning of self-realization? When I become self-realized, I will have a halo on my head like that. Like that people show. So that is not that. So what is self-realization means? Just to know, to realize, to understand that I am an eternal servant of Krishna. All other living entities are also eternal servants of Krishna. This is self-realization. That means unless you develop Dasya, you cannot be self-realized. Correct? Why is it so? What do you mean by realizing? What do you mean by realizing?
It's already there.
It's already there. Now I have to become conscious of it. I am becoming conscious of it. That's called realization. It's not some new theory which I have to cram and which I have to convince myself about. It's already there. Right? Just like, suppose we switch off all the lights here and you're all sitting there. I'm not able to see you. And because I'm not able to see all of you and the chairs and all the speaker and all of this, can I say it is not there? It is there. But when I switch on the light, I become conscious that you're all there. That switching on light is what? Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Guru does that work of switching the torch of knowledge on. With the torch of knowledge, we can see things as they are, who we are, what is my eternal position. So this is called self-realization. You understand? Self-realization means knowing that I am not the body, I am soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna, and I am his eternal servant. I have an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. Realizing this is called self-realization. As soon as the living entity forgets his real constitutional position of eternal servitorship to the Lord and wants instead to enjoy himself by sense gratification, he is captured by Maya. A very nice example. You see, we all have the example of driving two-wheelers, or we have the experience of driving two-wheelers or four-wheelers in a busy street. So when you are driving, let's say there is a traffic police person physically standing there, and he is in the choke, maybe he is in the circle, many times. Nowadays it is all automated also, but we also have, at some places we have a person standing also, right? In the police choke or in some place. So he keeps seeing. As long as you are driving your vehicle in accordance with the traffic rules, he will not bother you. You keep going. You run in whatever speed you want within the permissible speed limit. And you are free to run your vehicle, drive your vehicle. But the moment you break a traffic law, immediately he will come catching you. Correct? Immediately he will come. So therefore, in the same way, in this material world, you can lead your life based on the Lord's plan. The moment you break that, immediately Maya will come, police constable will come and arrest you. So it is said, Krishna bhuliya jiva bhogavancha kare, pashete maya tare jhapatiya dhare. This is a Bengali verse which means the same what we read just now, these 3 lines. So, the moment we forget Krishna, we start desiring for sense pleasures independent of Krishna. then immediately Maya, constable will come and attack, capture us. Pashete, very nearby, Maya is there. She's just watching like the traffic police. As long as you're not breaking any traffic rule, Maya will not bother with you. The moment you do something against it, immediately the traffic police will come, penalize you. He will cut a receipt and say, please pay. So we are all, under the clutches of Maya. Maya means illusion. So the moment we forget Krishna, we are captured by Maya. Who is that person in this world who is not captured by Maya? Is there anybody?
Prakriti is there.
No. Is there any person, any jiva in this world who is not under Maya? Nobody. Okay. Lord. But everybody is under the stringent laws of Maya. Because everybody has a desire to enjoy independent of God's plan. So Maya captured.
Demigods may be out of. Lord Shiva doesn't desire to.
Shiva's position is different. But otherwise all devatas are under Maya. They are also conducted by Maya. How do you know whether you are under Maya's influence? How do you know? How to do a self-assessment whether I am under Maya or not?
If we desire something and unable to achieve it,
Okay.
then we are under the influence of Maya.
No. How do you check whether you are under Maya or not?
Death, post-death, birth-death.
Okay.
If we don't serve Krishna, then we are serving Maya.
No, that's there. But that's correct. But how do you know? How do you realize it?
We are all talking about
Every action I am doing associated with Krishna. If an action is not associated with Krishna's welfare, then it is associated with Maya. That means we are under the influence.
Actually, there is no self-assessment test for Maya. A person who is under Maya, he will never accept that I am under Maya. That's how nicely Maya will work. Maya works so perfectly. In fact, he will tell, no, you are under Maya, I am not under Maya. Correct, no? A person who is under illusion means that, no? It makes you think that it is true. Therefore, another person who is not under Maya should come and tell you.
And that person can do this test.
He will do. External examiner has to come. Not self-assessment is not. If you do self-assessment, you will convince yourself, no, I am not under Maya. Whole world is under Maya, but I am not under Maya. So therefore, everybody, as he said, everybody is, Maya has 3 whips. Whip means, whip. 3 whips are there. Adhyatmika klesha, adhibhautika klesha, adhidaivika klesha. Klesha means miseries. So 3 whips Maya keeps beating us, whipping us. Miseries caused by our own mind and body, miseries caused by others, miseries caused by higher forces of nature. We are always tormented by these. That is a proof that we are under Maya. But people who are under these miseries, if you go and tell this is all Maya, they'll say, no, it is all part of life. Why are you saying some Maya and all? It's all part of life. So they'll not accept. So therefore, we need to accept the instructions of the spiritual master, instruction of the Shastra, to know that we are under Maya. Ourselves we cannot understand. What has to be done to awaken our sense of servitorship? Vaishnava philosophy is that you may remain in any condition of life, it doesn't matter, but you become Krishna conscious. That's all. Iha yasya harer dasye karmana manasa vacha nikhilasvapi avasthasu jivan muktasa uchyate. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.187. That is the direction of Srila Rupa Goswami. Iha yasya harer dasye. One who is always anxious to serve the Supreme Lord. Because my natural constitutional position is to serve Krishna. And because I am covered by the ignorance injected by the Maya, I am thinking, I am the servant of this, I am the servant of my country, I am the servant of my society, servant of my body. If not, I am servant of my dog, of my cat. So that is my position. I am servant of this, I am servant of that. But actually I am servant of Krishna. As I am thinking at the present moment, I am servant of this, I am servant of that. We have to give up this servitorship or servitude and we have to turn our face toward Krishna. That is the perfection of life. Iha yasya harer dasye jivan mukta sa uchyate nikhilasu api avasthasu. That is the direction of Rupa Goswami. That it doesn't matter in what condition of life you are. You may be an Indian, you may be an American, European, you may be an American, you may be Hindu, you may be Christian, you may be Mohammedan, but you should think that you are eternal servant of God or Krishna. So that consciousness will save you. And that consciousness will make my life, this human form of life, perfect. Rupa Goswami says, Anasaktasya vishayan yatarham upayunjataha nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe. The same thing, the same philosophy, as I have already explained, that there is no restriction in accepting the bodily necessities of life, but you accept so much only as it will help you to advance in Krishna consciousness. Don't take less, don't take much. Accept properly. That is the law of nature. Nature does not allow you to take more or less. Just like salt. Salt is an ingredient which you want very badly in every, morsel of foodstuff. But if you take more salt, it will spoil the foodstuff. And if you take less, then it will not be tasteful. So you have to take salt simply as much as you require, neither more nor less. So our main business should be how to improve in Krishna consciousness. So far other things are required, bodily necessities, that is recommended by Rupa Goswami. Anasaktasya, don't be attached. So there's a question, do we live to eat or do we eat to live? Which is correct? Anybody here live to eat? No, but there are people who say, I live to eat. The people say, this human body we have got, tongue we have got, to taste all kinds of tastes, we should eat.
Sweetie, we eating some fat people like that.
No, everybody. So, therefore, we should really be thoughtful about this. If I just lead my human life just for tasting varieties of foodstuffs, is that a perfect life? Is that actually what the human life has been given to me?
Even animals do that.
So we should think, we should be thoughtful. A person who is thoughtful, he is called Manushya. Manushya means what? He has got a manas, mind, and he thinks, he understands what I should do. Another word is used in the Bhagavata, Manishinaha. Manishi means what? One who uses his mind to be thoughtful, to think. Before accepting any purpose of life, we should be really thoughtful. Can this be worth calling the purpose of my life? To taste all foodstuffs, that is the purpose of my life. No. So therefore, people don't even know what is the goal of life. That is why Bhagavatam says, if you study this Bhagavatam, what happens is, your polluted aim of life will become purified. That is the purpose of Vedic scriptures. Vedic scriptures are not written by ordinary people like you and me, who are under Maya. First of all, the Vedas are called Apaurusheya. Apaurusheya Grantha means it is directly the word of God revealed to great sages. And that is called Shruti. Shruti means that which is heard, directly revealed from the Supreme Lord. And then there are Smritis, compilations by self-realized souls. They are giving us direction. If I and you manufacture some knowledge, it will be full of faults because we are faulty. Therefore, we have to accept Vedic knowledge as perfect. So the Vedas are saying, Asatoma, Sadgamaya. Don't be attached to Asat. Oh, my comfortable life, cozy bed, nice food stuff. Yeah, if I get this, my life is successful. That is asat life. Asat means temporary. Don't be attached to temporary pleasures. Sat gamaya. Gamana means to go. Go towards sat, eternal life. Then tamasoma. Ma means don't. Don't be attached to darkness, tamas, ignorance. Jyotir gamaya. Go towards the light of knowledge. Then mrityorma. Don't keep yourself rotating in the cycle of birth and death, again, dying. Don't do this. This is not what human life is meant for. Amrutang gamaya. Plan your life how to conquer this death and become immortal. Go back to your original position. Goal of life is to get out of this temporary existence. See how the Vedas are guiding us. And Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita is saying in a more simpler way, he is saying, Man mana bhava mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Krishna is saying, just do these 4 things and you will come back to me. What is that 4 things? Man mana, always think of me. Bhava mad bhaktaha, become my devotee. Mad yaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, offer your respects to me. Just do these 4 things, I will take you back from the cycle of this repetition of birth and death. So therefore, these directions are given to us in the Vedas. And if we are thoughtful, Manushya, we will take advantage of these directions of the Vedic scriptures. Otherwise, we will be like any other animal. I took birth in ignorance, I will also die in ignorance, that's all. I took birth in ignorance, I will die in more ignorance. That is Kali Yuga lifestyle. Correct, no? People are pushed towards more and more sinful activities. So therefore, we should be very careful. We should take advantage of these Vedic scriptures, especially Bhagavad Gita, which is the essence of all the Vedic scriptures. If you want to attain perfection of your life, you must study Bhagavad Gita. Right? So how to become Krishna conscious? Let us see. So the point that was told in the previous passage in the lecture was, our bodily requirements are compared to what? Salt in the food. Salt should neither be taken more than required, or it should not be less also. As much as required only we should take. So, eating, is it required or not required? Is Bhagavad Gita telling, since anyway you are not the body, your soul, don't eat? Bhagavad Gita, is it telling like that, impractical? No. The moment you have a body has requirement of food. But don't make the goal of life as eating. Eating is required to lead your life so that you can use your body properly for the goal of attaining Krishna consciousness. Sleeping, is it required or not? It's required. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, one who eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or sleeps too little, cannot become a yogi. That means it has to be moderated. It has to be within limits. Like the salt that you are adding to your food. Neither much nor less. As much as required. Then it is good. Okay, how to become Krishna conscious? Very simple. Prabhupada says this in a lecture on Nectar of Devotion, Vrindavan. If we hear Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then Shuddha Chitta, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. The heart, the mirror of the heart will be cleansed. And as soon as it is cleansed, we awake.